Sup YouTube, it's Zapdos TCG here and welcome back to another TCG video on my channel. On this channel you get daily Pokemon TCG uploads, so be sure to hit that subscribe button if you're new to the channel so you don't miss out. And if you like what you see, feel free to leave a like, it helps out the channel tremendously and only takes one tiny second of your time. Today we're checking out the finals of the Champions League that happened a couple of weeks ago over in Japan with Twilight Masquerade. That's going to be the format they're playing in, and we're going to be getting these cards tomorrow on Pokemon TCG Live, so we can already start playtesting for upcoming tournaments. Think about NEIC, a little bit for World, even though there's still a mini set coming before the World Championships. There's still a lot of testing that can be done with cards from Twilight Masquerade. In this finals, we see Miraidon of all things. So Miraidon making it all the way to the finals up against Gardevoir EX. We did see Gardevoir EX yesterday in action. Of course, it does gain the capabilities of none other than, that Munkidori, helping out with one-shots of the Drifloon and also helping Gardevoir being able to slap 220 damage, which probably will be super useful in, of course, this Miraidon matchup. The Miraidon is, of course, having a new card as well, which we're going to be highlighting here. It's going to be the Tatsugiri. Is that going to be the key and success to make the Miraidon deck back on top at the top tables? We'll figure it out. So these are the prize cards for the Gardevoir player. A Hyper Aroma, Drifloon in there as well. So there could be pretty suspenseful right there. This is going to be a mulligan, so tons of energies in that opening hand, and both players are very eagerly looking forward to this finals, as you can see. So the Pokemon TCG community is just so wonderful. You see all these lovely places that they have these big events in. We have over in the West here the internationals, regional tournaments as well, and over in Japan the game is even bigger than you might imagine. So we're going to be seeing the finals here with Twilight Masquerade. We did see that there's going to be some new archetypes coming from the block. It seems like Greninja EX didn't perform all that well, but Dracapult EX is definitely the real deal right there. Dracapult is going to be a tier 1 deck, and we did see it in action already in a lot of these gameplay videos that I posted. This is going to be the last one, so it's going to be the final match, and we're going to be checking out Miraidon versus Gardevoir, and then tomorrow there's going to be TCG Live content with probably Dracapult being the first deck we're going to be checking out over on TCG Live. So if you guys are excited for the Twilight Masquerade content, let me know by rocking the hell out of the like button, or let me know in the comments which deck you are personally looking forward to most. We see in the prize cards Iron Hands, Prime Catcher, and Tatsugiri. These are actually very crucial prize cards. Depends on how many Iron Hands they actually play. So if they're playing 2 Iron Hands, it's not that big of a deal. The Tatsugiri is pretty useful because it actually helps with Iono protection a little bit, and on top of that, the rescue board is also prized. So Tatsugiri typically paired up with the rescue board. It's a little bit of an Arven package, like Arven can fetch Nazball and the rescue board, so you can instantly fetch, of course, that Tatsugiri. But everything in the prize card, so we're gonna see what's going on here in this battle. Okay, and I'm very eagerly looking forward to the plays. I wonder what they can do here. I think the Miraidon deck is definitely in a good position here to win this game. We already know the results, but I'm not going to spoil them for people that haven't seen the results yet. So we can go into a suspenseful game here, and let's see how it will start. Okay, both players shake hands, and here we go. The Greninja start for the Miraidon deck. And the Miraidon deck typically didn't play Greninja before, but now it actually is playing it because it's playing a high amount of energy cards in there. And this is a very bad start. Look at that. An Iron Bundle, and that's where it ends. So not even an attach of the turn, not even a Lightning type Pokemon. If they had access to Miraidon EX, they could have gone for that tandem unit, being able to get some Lightning Pokemon from the deck, but unfortunately, that's not the case, so a very terrible opening for sure. Alright, then we will see the Gardevoir player starting off with Buddy Puffin. Very strong, of course. The Gardevoir deck does play a lot of different Pokemon you can fetch with that, so that's super cool. There's Ralts. Drifloon is in the prize cards, might I add, so I would think there's going to be a couple of Ralts showing themselves here. So, and I also suggest playing only 70 HP rolls because the threat of Dracapult is definitely there. Double Buddy Puffins there. How can the Miraidon player respond to that? Like, if we did see here 2 Buddy Puffins, what are they gonna grab with that? Will they have all the rolls available? Yeah, they have all the rolls available to them. The only Pokemon that was in the prize cards, I think, was, of course, that Drifloon. I wonder if they're playing multiple copies of the Drifloon. If it's only one, they're gonna have to find different ways to attack. But as you all know, if they have access to the Munkidori, and this is actually an Iriduck card, so you don't see that very often in a Gardevoir list. I think this list is playing a high amount of the Irida because we did see it before in a video. So the Irida fetching Greninja and Ultra Ball. So yeah, it is a little bit working a little bit like an Arven, but I'm more fan of an Arven, to be honest. But this list is playing Hyper Aroma, so that synergizes well. So you can get Greninja out and Hyper Aroma and just instantly start drawing and get all these energies in the discard pile ASAP. And look at that setup, Greninja and 4 rolls. No TM Evo though, so if they were playing something like Arven, the TM Evo would have been way better, just saying. Okay, let's see. They have they have Squawkabilly. I wonder if they had that before, or they, yeah, definitely didn't want to play that down, right? They have 2 generators in hand as well. Maybe they didn't want to discard those. There is options just going for Bravery Charm equipped onto an Iron Bundle and go for the research, I guess? Because you're going to be losing 2 generators, that's for sure. You otherwise have nothing else to do. There's no other shot here. You might as well give some more HP to an Iron Bundle just for the memes of it and then go for that Professor's Research. You can also just throw away the Bravery Charm, but what good would that do? Just get rid of everything else in the hand. So that is going to be 2 generators going into that discard pile. So I suggest, yeah, hopefully the couple of generators will be drawn here so they can actually start doing something. There's a Nazball and a Forest Seal Stone. That's actually not bad. The Nazball will be able to get themselves the one and only Miraidon EX, and then with Tandem Unit, you can get the rest of the squad out of the deck right from the get-go. And then with the Forest Seal Stone, you can grab yourself an electric generator and instantly start evaporating the first target in your way, the one and only Cresselia. You're going to be able to one-shot that because of the attack Lightning Rondo on the Raikou. So that will be the option, right? Miraidon, use Tandem Unit, get Moraidon, get Raikou, use another Tandem Unit, and get some more stuff. Maybe even, you might think you want to have the Iron Hands. Yeah, they have access to a second copy of Iron Hands. The other one was, of course, in the prize cards. There's a Lost Vacuum, a very, very strong card, might I add, in this matchup, because Gardevoir typically relies on HP buffing tools like Bravery Charm, or sometimes even Luxury Escape. So that can be really useful. The ace-pack cards that Gardevoir typically flip-flops around, like Unfair Stamp, the Heroescape, as well as the card we see in the finals list here, the Hyper Aroma. So lots of ace-pack cards coming around the block, and you definitely have to think about most of them to just think about what do I want in my list, because you can only have one ace-pack card in your entire deck. But we will see a lot more Twilight Masquerade action for sure. So here comes the concealed cards of the Radiant Greninja. They get 2 more cards. The Bravery Charm, pretty useful to get themselves more HP, because as you all know, with a single Munkidori, the Gardevoir EX can start swinging quite a reasonable amount of damage. So the Forest Seal Stone right there, and they're actually going for, yeah, just a pass here. They didn't want to knock out anything, so the Cresselia, a little bit stuck in the active. They can still attach Retreat, but they want to go the 2-2-2 route with the Iron Hands, and don't want to give the opponent the option to just go for a sneaky Munkidori Candy Guardy play. So here comes the first Kirlia from the bunch, with, of course, Refinement. They're going to be able to draw through the deck. They have access to Greninja and a bunch more rolls, so I would expect more Kirlia to follow soon. And I also have to give some shout out to the Japanese sleeves here, because the artworks are just stunning. And an Iono on top, we did see that in the prize cards. That beautiful Tatsugiri, the Sushi Master itself, is in the prize cards on top of the Prime Catcher. So gusting something up will be a little bit more difficult. And also, if the Gardevoir player is attacking with the Gardevoir EX and getting KOs on something like, for instance, Moraidon EX, or something like a Raikou, which is possible with the help of Munkidori, Gardevoir is actually in a better position than ever before. So we do see Earthen Vessel here, discarding that Irida, and we're going to be seeing 2 more Psychic Energies, the base set artwork. Love to see that. And let's see what else they're going to be doing here. Probably going to be yeah, a Radiant Greninja concealed cards, drawing 2 more. And let's see if we can see some more Kirlia. That would be perfect. Yeah, another Kirlia joins the party. But first of all, another Refinement. Get another Psychic Energy in that discard pile. More Psychic Energies being drawn. And they do have a second copy of the Drifloon. Very strong for sure, because Drifloon can knock out anything in existence in the deck of course, the Miraidon player. So we're going to be seeing another Refinement. And they're actually going to be getting rid of the Drifloon here. So Drifloon going into that discard pile. And they really are digging through the deck here. They already have access to the darkness energy as well. So when the Munkidori will show up, it's definitely going to be useful because they already have the manual darkness attachment of the turn. Not afraid of like manual attachments in a deck like this because of the fact that Gardevoir can have that Psychic Embrace ability. Another Irida being put to the wayside because of refinement. And they're just going to be passing. So instead of having a candy, I don't know how many candies the list is playing, but with high amount of Irida, you can instantly fetch your rare candy. So there's that. We'll figure out like the following turn there definitely will be a Gardevoir EX. But for now, I would love to see an MP very much onto either the active or maybe they do have Boss's Orders capabilities so you can knock out a Curly. That would be even better. But we'll figure out together if they can get to that MP very much and take an additional prize card because of it. And again, a difficult situation to be in. They're going to have to research the entire hand. The reason why they didn't want to attach an energy here is that they really want to have the double turbo energy being the energy of the choice. So they have the double turbo energy. Will they have access to something else? I think they still have their V-Star ability, so they could still go for 4 Sealstone to go for an electric generator. Not a lot of energies left in the deck, about 4 of them. The deck is also about 19 cards thick, so not a lot of cards left in the deck, but with 4 energies in there, that is as good as, I would say, would it be a 50% chance to just hit 1 energy? We'll have to figure it out. It's all mathematical shenanigans over here, so they're going to have to go for that electric generator with that 4 Sealstone and see if they can land 1 energy. 1 energy is enough to start getting 2 prize cards from, of course, the MP very much. But then the Gardevoir player can respond and they will not have another attacker up and ready to go. So without Flaffy in the deck, Flaffy has rotated, might I add. It's a little bit difficult to, of course, get a second attacker off. But they were really unfortunate. Oh, they get 2 energies. Is that 2 energies from the electric generator? That's kind of insane. Even 3 energies. Okay. Where do you put your energies then? You put 1 on the... Is it 1 target that you can do? I think at this point you could save your other... I think it's gonna have to be Iron Hands and Raikou, right? Yeah, Raikou is gonna be the obvious choice. They're debating on Miraidon and Raikou. Raikou easy target, but Miraidon as well. So Raikou can attack more easier, so it's gonna have to be Raikou. Yeah, 100%. I can confirm this is the correct choice, so they can actually have an attacker when Gardevoir is able to respond to this. Although you should know is that Iron Hands does have 230 HP, so they will need to swing with a Pokemon like a Drifloon, for example. Also, there's the Iron Bundle, putting, of course, the Pokemon out of harm's way. And you're going to be able to see that they're going to be sacrificing Greninja here. Also, the double turbo energy of the turn. They can free retreat because of the rescue board that is on the Radiant Greninja right there. And with that, you can actually just free retreat into your attacker. So I do like rescue board in Moraidon a lot. The only problem is that if you get one-shotted way too quickly, it's very hard to get more energies. You might think about energy sticker, but that's just YOLO behavior. Maybe it is better, of course, to just have some luck with your generator. So an energy and a Boss's Orders taken from the prize cards. And now it is up to the Gardevoir player to show what they're made of. Okay, here it comes, that Buddy Puffin. Do they have another target? Maybe they should have waited until they have, or actually drawn into Super Rod. Something like a Screamtail could also do something, I suppose. But Screamtail, can you get that out with a Buddy Puffin? I should know this, but I haven't played Gardevoir in a while. So there's that. Okay, what? Yeah, it's a whiff. They were really checking their deck. Maybe they're gonna get rid of the Flutter Mane. They get 2 cards of the Refinement. Will they find Super Rod? I think that's the thing they're really looking forward to. They have Iridel, so they definitely have that. So that's not an issue here. Not an issue at all. There's the Palpad as well. Another Refinement getting rid of... Do you get rid of Irida here? I don't know. Yeah, to get rid of the Palpad. Yeah, you definitely need Irida just in case the Refinements do not draw you what you need. Okay, there is the Screamtail. Also getting rid of that, so they're desperately looking forward to Super Rod, right? Super Rod, Nazball, Drifloon, bam! Okay, that's the thing. Another Refinement. They're probably gonna get rid of the Manaphy here. That's what it is. Two more cards drawn. So the draw train has left the building, and they're gonna go for that Irida to just get the Super Rod because... yeah, that's really obvious. And also there's a lot of cards in the discard pile There's another Drifloon in the prize cards. You typically only need, one or two. Screamtail could also do quite a reasonable amount of damage if it has that Bravery Charm. Nuzball, get in the Drifloon. The rest of the cards go shuffle themselves back into the deck. Yeah, there's a debate. Why is the Gardevoir playing so many Iridas? Maybe if you are a fan of like playing Radiant Greninja ASR, you might do a split line, 2 Arven, 2 Irida, but playing so many Iridas. A little bit strange, but it did work out for the player. So we do here Psychic Embrace. So for every energy from the discard pile that you can accelerate, you put 2 damage counters on your Pokemon. So you have infinite energy acceleration from the discard pile, and you cannot knock yourself out with that. We did know is that did they hang on to the Lost Vacuum, or was that professor researched away? We don't know, because in this scenario they're actually putting damage on themselves. Something like, for instance, a Bravery Charm could be actually a hindrance if they can actually go for the vacuum. So in other scenarios, maybe they should have been able to use the Force System early, get the KO on the Cresselia there, and then manage to do something else with, of course, that Lost Vacuum play. But it did play out in a different way, because you might think, oh, I want to go 2-2-2, I don't want to go get this one shot. They could have actually used the first generator and kept the rest. So Lost Vacuum still part of the deck, by the way, might I add, because of the Iono. So that's pretty good. Raichu also being established, but a little bit late to the party, because you're not going to get that many energies established onto your field, because I think you only have access to 1 more electric generator, and that's where the fun will end. And you do expect your Raikou going down there. Okay, there is Mew EX as some draw power and an Arven. What are they going to get with that? The last generator? No, it's going to be the Vacuum. So Vacuum and Bravery Charm being eyed up. And with Bravery Charm, you can actually make yourself a little bit more tanky, forcing them to have an additional HP buff to one-shot you. Although there is definitely a world where they can just go Bravery Charm onto a Screamtail and just knock out your Mew EX, which could leave yourself crippled with the help of an Iono. So there's that. Okay, let's see what happens now. Because they only have access to 2 generators in this entire game, you might also think about the fact that 2 of them whiffed, and then the other 2 were really successful. You can think about it as you want, but electric generators, always very painful to see them go in the early phases because of a research. You would love to see it being used on an electric, actually a lightning type, but it didn't work out that way. Vacuum, what card is going to the Lost Zone? They're eyeing up the Zapdos, having 10 additional damage output. Helps out a little bit with the Gardevoir KO, but that means you only need 5 energies on a Raichu, but they're actually thinking about the fact that it's never going to work out again like that. So they take a prize card here. What is the prize card? It was the Tatsugiri here. So the Tatsugiri could help them get a supporter, if they get Iono'd, because they're probably going to be Iono'd here because they're going to go down to a low amount of prize cards here. Here comes the retreat into the Raikou. They can have the fleet-footed on top of that. Let's see. An attach of the turn on the Raikou, and they probably will run out of steam very shortly. They don't have energies on the other Pokemon on the board, which is very painful. Bravery Charm could protect. I probably would put it on the Mew, just because Screamtail can be a little bit easier for them, although all the rest is also pretty fragile in that sense. Raichu also having only 200 HP, but so many energies in hand. That's so unfortunate. If they even have access to another generator, it definitely will be very hard to pull off. They still have access to DTE, Iron Hands, and some stuff, so there is a world where they can pull it off, so we'll have to figure it out. Maybe they... at this point, I do think the Munkidori will be the MVP here, because that means Gardevoir EX can knock out a Raikou, and then they're gonna have to be forced to maybe Super Rod in the Iron Bundle, or have the Prime Catcher, but as we all know, the Prime Catcher is unfortunately prized. Yeah, here comes Screamtail from the deck because of the Artisan, ready to snipe away probably the Mew EX. That could be a thing that they could go for. If they have the Bravery Charm, maybe they're expecting, like, they're not playing, but they have to know the fact that they're going to be a second Iron Hand, so I would have, the Munkidori also part of the plan, by the way, already having a Darkness Energy attached on the field, meaning that this Gardevoir is going to be slapping 220 in total, which is crazy. So you can accelerate 3 energies onto your Gardevoir EX, and with that, you're going to be having 60 damage, you're going to be healing 30, and that's going to be ridiculously awesome. Okay. Professor Turo being discarded with the Refinement. They do get another Super Rod, also Counter Catcher is live at this point just because of the Lost Vacuum and the KO there. So let's see. They have all these options. Bravery Charm as well. They have Counter Catcher. They could trap something, like for instance the Raichu. And they can knock out the Raichu with the Gardevoir EX, and the Raikou will not be able to respond to that. So there's that. They're going to be using the Munkidori to put 3 damage counters on the Raichu, and now they can use the, what was it, Miracle Force or whatever it is, Magical Force, Magical something. 190 damage, let's call it like that, knocking out the Raichu. And the Gardevoir currently has 280 HP. Raichu is gone, and yeah, only Raikou has energies. So there is still a world where they could have like DTE of the turn onto an Iron Hands, into Electric Generator for 2 targets, into a Prime Catcher for game. But the Prime Catcher, yeah, it is there in the prize cards, unfortunately. So back and forth game, I would say Gardevoir EX definitely got buffed with the help of the Munkidori. You also, if you get Iono to a low hand size, there's always the way they can draw up with Mew EX, and they have access to that Tatsugiri as well. Okay, who do they promote? They're gonna have to go for Raikou here. They do give an extra card with the Fleet-Footed. They have access to 3 cards. Of course, that Iono was kind of powerful. Let's be honest, an Iono to 2, very, very dangerous. So what now? They need Generator, they need DTE, they need Iron Hands. Iron Hands can get fetched out with Tandem Unit of the Moraidon EX. So far, they are eyeing up what they need. So, eyeing up a world, they need Boss as well. How can they pull that off? Like, the unfortunate pricing, like, it would have been awesome if the Prime Catcher was not in the prize cards. Then they could have Tatsugiri'd for a Professor's Research and then try to find all the puzzle pieces that way. But it's not working that way. They still have Radiant Greninja for some additional draw power, but yo, it looks like very suspenseful. I think Miraidon does have the upper hand, but I don't know how it's going to be ending here. Ladies and gentlemen, will Gardevoir run away with the dub, or will we see everything? Okay, it's going to be an Ultra Ball for nothing, and they're just going to be using Mew EX. What do they need? DTE? Boss? Generator? Everything? Oh, they have, what do they have? Generator and an Energy. They could Radiant Greninja to get DTE, or maybe use Generator first. Okay. What is the perfect sequencing here? What is the perfect sequencing? You want DTE attachment, just Generator first, right? Yeah, you Generator first. Try to find 2 energies at least. And see how it works. Okay, 2 energies, that's crazy. That's crazy. So 2 energies, that's half of the puzzle right there. But they can only draw 1 more time. And I know their second copy of the rescue board is in the prize cards. They can like retreat into Tatsugiri, but Prime Catcher is no longer a thing. So even if they will have something like Arven and DT, they would need Boss and double Turbo Energy to win the game. What? Look at that! They have the DTE and the Bossasaurus, and they run away with the game with the Thank you very much. Wow, that is the most insane luck I've ever seen in a stream game. Ladies and gentlemen, Miraidon was so close of losing, but that Radiant Greninja did magical stuff. They were able to get the only 2 cards that helped them get the dub, just because of the fact that Prime Catcher was priced. They can also not resort into that Tatsugiri because it didn't have free retreat, and you need the manual attachment of that double turbo energy. So wow, what a crazy turn of events. So Miraidon versus Gardevoir in this finals match of the Sapporo Champions League. If you enjoyed the content I pushed out here, let me know. I rocking the hell out of the like button. Only requires 1 tiny second every time and does help out the channel tremendously. With that being said, yeah, also be sure to check out our sponsors that make the videos possible, DragonShield.com. 5% off using the coupon Zapdos5 on everything on the website. YourPlaymat.com to create your own unique custom playmat. Super dope. There's PotanStore.com. They will have Twilight Masquerade codes up on their website very shortly, I think tomorrow. So definitely check out the website tomorrow. Get 5% off using the coupon Zapdos TCG. And if you're a European player, head over to cardmarket.com, where you're able to buy as well as sell cards to people all across Europe. You can use the referral name Zapdos TCG to help support the channel. So with that being said, thank you all for watching today's upload. I will see you guys tomorrow for some TCG live content where we're going to be checking out Twilight Masquerade. It's going to be fantastic to see all the cards in action. Have yourself a fantastic rest of your day, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Peace.